Welcome back to Story After Midnight, where the darkness never sleeps. I'm your storyteller, guiding you through the world's most terrifying and mysterious true encounters. From haunted homes to ghostly sightings to strange and unexplained phenomena, I bring you the spine-chilling stories that will make you question what you thought you knew. In tonight's episode, we dive deep into the eerie and unsettling world of real-life ghost encounters. These are stories from those who have unknowingly brushed up against the supernatural and lived to tell the tale. So find a quiet spot, dim the lights, and make sure you're alone, because the shadows might be closer than you think. Who knows what's lurking, watching, and waiting to make its presence known? Now let's step into the unknown. The darkness awaits us.
I was warned about the East Wing. When I first arrived at St. Mirabelle's Monastery, nestled high in the fog-laced hills of Dorset, the older sisters told me never to pray past midnight, especially not alone, especially not in the chapel near the East Wing. I thought it was old superstition, a way of testing the new blood. I was 26 then, fresh to the cloth, eager to serve. I'd given up everything, my name, my past, my doubts, in search of peace, clarity, devotion, but peace is the last thing I found. Her name was Sister Agnes, and she never left. It started with the footsteps. We rise before the sun, and the halls are usually silent, save for the creak of old wood beneath soft soles. But these were not the deliberate steps of waking nuns. These were wet, dragging sounds, like bare feet slipping across stone. I heard them first around 2 a.m., just outside my cell. When I opened the door, the corridor was empty, but the floor was wet. I touched it. It was red. I told myself it was rust, or perhaps candle wax, but the scent of iron clung to my hands like a warning. The first time I saw her, I thought it was a dream. I had gone to the chapel to pray in solitude, ignoring the warnings. I was kneeling at the altar when the candles flickered, not gently, but violently, extinguishing one by one as if something was moving past them. And then I saw her, a pale figure in a black habit standing by the confessional. Her veil covered most of her face, but the chin beneath was gray and rotting. She raised her hand, crooked, bloated, and placed one finger against where her lips should be. Shh. She disappeared when I screamed. The older nuns don't talk about her. When I mentioned it to Sister Catherine, she simply closed her eyes and whispered a prayer. Some spirits are drawn to places where they suffered, she said finally, and some suffer because they remain. That night, I dug through the archives, and I found the death record. Sister Agnes, died 1952. Cause, suicide. Location, East Wing Chapel. They found her hanging by her veil from the bell tower, one hand clutching a page of the Book of Revelation. She was troubled, the record said. She believed demons spoke to her from beneath the altar. I began seeing her more frequently, at first only in reflections, dark flashes in the stained glass windows, or glimpses in the polished floor as I scrubbed in silence. Then I'd find small things moved, my rosary twisted into knots, my Bible open to pages speaking of death and rebirth. Once, I woke to find my room lined with burnt-out candles and written on my wall, in ashes, confess. Then came the night I followed her. I heard the weeping again, and this time I didn't hide beneath my blanket. I opened my door and saw her, gliding slowly toward the East Wing, her black habit dripping behind her like ink and water. I followed. No one else was awake. She led me down into the basement of the chapel, a place I hadn't even known existed. It was cold, unnaturally so. The walls were lined with faded murals, saints with blank eyes and faded halos. In the center of the floor, a stone altar. She turned to me. Her veil fell, and I saw what was left of her face. Skin blackened, eyes milky and sunken, a gaping mouth filled with soil and rosary beads, her jaw unhinged. From the hollow of her throat, I heard the voice, "He still waits beneath. You must finish what I could not." Then she screamed, not like a human, but like something cracked open and hollowed out, and vanished in a burst of cold air and extinguished flame. I haven't told the others, not fully. What could I say? That a dead nun is trying to lead me into the same fate? But I know now what she meant. Sister Agnes wasn't possessed. She was trying to banish what lurked beneath the monastery. Something ancient. Something that feeds on silence, suffering, and secrecy. Last night I heard it speak, not Sister Agnes. It, from the chapel floor itself, like a voice rising through stone and bone. Another will hang. I haven't slept since. The bell tower is creaking again tonight, and I am no longer sure who it's calling for.
Thank you for joining me tonight on this eerie journey into the unknown. If these stories have left you with a chill down your spine, don't forget to like and subscribe for more spine-tingling tales. This really means a lot to me and helps to keep me on YouTube. And remember, there's always more lurking just around the corner. If you've ever experienced something strange, something unexplainable, feel free to share your own story in the comments below. You never know who else might be listening or watching. Until next time, keep your lights low, your doors locked, and your curiosity never at ease. Because at Story After Midnight, the darkness never rests, and neither do we.